YouTube video title: Oro, Gloria Dios, Gold, Glory God. The sun never set on this mighty empire. England? No. Clara K. No. We are speaking not of England but of Spain, under the 16th century Habsburg reign of King Charles I, aka Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire. Spain built one of the largest empires in history, one spanning the Americas, Asia, and the Pacific. Following Columbus's landing in the Caribbean, Spanish expeditions swiftly conquered powerful empires such as the Mayan, Mexica, Aztec, the people of the Tawantinsuyu, or what we call Inca, Purepecha, Lenca, Pipil, Xinca, Chorti, Lenca, and Chorotega, Huancas, Chachapoyas, and the list goes on. The Spanish established viceroyalties across the Americas under the movement and strategy of the Adelantado, which means one who goes before, the senior leader of the expedition. The title designation was given by the Spanish crown after some persuasion for a license for the expedition. The Adelantado was a multi-hyphenate with the following specific skill set: leader, soldier, explorer, negotiator, politician, conqueror, which incidentally is what the word conquistador means. A conquistador, although romanticized by history as dashing, fiery, wearing gaudy clothing complete with puffed sleeves and shining armor, the one over whom the women swoon when he ambles deliberately in the room and says, "Eres perfecta para mí, tienes una sonrisa muy bonita," or "Me gustas mucho." Conquistador. They were professional soldiers, tough and practical, disciplined yet individualistic, providing their own equipment, which was typically a mix of whatever they could find and afford at the thrift store. The more familiar word we probably remember for the leaders of these expeditions is conquistador. Ask a conquistador, what's your motivation? Wealth, power. Ask the Spanish Empire, what's your motivation? Wealth, religious conversion. Wealth, imperial prestige. Wealth. Did I say wealth? Technology helped. A new type of sailing ship, the galleon, a type of sailing ship that was not only good for carrying cargo, but also carrying out war. They had a low profile, lower superstructure, and were more maneuverable than the old 14th century carrack, and they could carry cannons and heavy ones at that. Spain took it to another level with the release of the S-class, the Spanish galleon. Okay, so they compromise speed for greater cargo capacity. You can't have your gold and keep it with small holds. They needed more space to transport gold and goods over both oceans. With this tool and others, an insatiable drive, the backing of Pope Alexander VI, who in 1493 released a papal bull, a formal decree from the highest influential and spiritual power. It was called the Inter Caetera, and it gave the Spanish Empire exclusive rights. To what? Colonization and trade rights just west of a certain demarcation line drawn by his truly, 100 leagues west of the Azores and Cape Verde. The bull stated that any land not inhabited by Christians was available to be discovered, claimed, and exploited by Christian rulers. It also declared that the Catholic faith and the Christian religion be exalted and be everywhere increased and spread, that the health of souls be cared for, and that barbarous nations be overthrown and brought to the faith itself. Armed with this divine doctrine, permission, ambition, technology, and potential resources, the Spanish Empire shaped global trade, culture, language, and geopolitics for centuries. However, with great power comes great irresistibly. These huge treasures transported from the New World in the S-class galleon, sailing across the Atlantic Ocean, became an uncontainable mark for pirates and privateers, freelancers authorized under a letter of marque by a government to attack and capture enemy vessels, seize and delist your cargo. Arg, matey. And of course, return back to port as soon as possible to revenue share. Of course, a modest pre-agreed percentage of your spoils for the crown. The pirates were coming in hot, with gold fever, and so the race for gold, glory and God burned across the seas. Gold drove men to risk it all. Glory crowned explorers as heroes or villains, depending on where they stood in relation to the business end of the sword. And God, well, he was often invoked to bless it all, even when the motives were anything but divine. In the end, those galleons carried more than treasure. They carried ambition, faith and greed. The real trinity that shaped an age, carried the weight of empires and sparked the formation of a new world, born from the fire of their ambition.